as we talk about the 90s, which is really where you did set yourself apart from everyone else. And, you know, respect due, because there's certainly a lot of world-class performers and artists, DJs out of Jamaica. But in the 90s, you definitely did step it up.
You have to step up the range, you know? I down to 98 to 99 when we dropped Sim Sim on. It was a different thing, you know?
Right, right. Talk about that. So we know that Jeremy Hardin produced Sim Simma, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, that song really catapulted you. You were known internationally, but that song catapulted you to a completely different stratosphere. How did that come about?
All barriers break. All barriers used to stand up in front of me, break down after Sim Simma. All barriers break.
Okay, right.
All barriers. I'm to Russia, some place I never dreamt of going to. You know, I toured the world 2 times because of Sim Simma. The original song and the remix.
Sim Simma, who got the keys to my bimmer? Who am I? The girls them sugar. How can I make love to a fella in a rush? Pass me the keys to my trucks. Who am I? The girls them lock. And I, we make love to pressure. You ever buck a girl with deep like a bucket? Drop your niggle like your niggle, can't stitch it. Drop your oxen like a cow, you wanna chop it. Drop your pickaxe like a gun, you wanna dig it. It's like a riverside up on the bank and you take it. It's like a bicycle, so you hold it and dash it. So you wash it, so you crash it. She a tell you, say you grab it. Girl, she a beg you wanna ball, take me stop it. Batman plug in and me a move like a electric. It's like a basketball, she take time out, she vomit. We listen to me silent, we listen to me lyrics. I Beenie man, they and me a drop it. I said, Sim Simma, who got the keys to my bimmer? Who am I? The girls them sugar. How can I make love?
And so you're a household name. You're doing collaborations with literally anyone you want to. Do you have a favorite collab? Is there someone, because you have some big names there. Is there one that you're like, that one really did hit you, you know?
Yeah, me and Maya remix of Girls and
Yeah. Big song. And of course, Pharrell, Neptune's produced that, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
Neptune's produced roughly all of the songs them in that time, because them produced the one with Janet Jackson.
Oh, I see it in, them
produced the one with me and Sean Paul and Lady Saw.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have Angie Martinez as well that you guys do.
Yeah.
A Wyclef, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work.
Neptune's me actually start them, really.
Right, because they had a little buzz on the road, but
but we give them first number 1.
The girls them world class lover. The girls them need this. Sim Simma. Well, me love them shape and figure. Sim Simma. Yeah, the man them where the girl admire. Sim Simma. Not the girl that make them ball out for jaja. Sim Simma. And I me got the girls them power. Sim Simma. You be cool and my ass sing by the Amana. Zaga zaga zaga. Wow. Yeah. If I could be your girl. Zaga. Well, if I could be your girl. Excuse me, baby, but I will just have to tell you this. It's been a while since I done my year in your tenderness. Your Coca-Cola bottle shape and all the cherry lips. I know you alone, me want to hug up and then make it. And I want to show you I'm a man that's very romantic. But choose a favorite, choose a girl.
So fast forwarding now, as we talk about the 90s and how much fun that was, dance hall and in the dance, and now Beenie Man is a household name worldwide. Fast forwarding as we talk about worldwide, Beenie and Bounty, Sting, The Clash, legendary. Every song needed to cut that play it. Every song needed to cut it. If you didn't have that, your song couldn't play. If you didn't have that Beenie, you didn't have that.
You'd have to have a Beenie Man and Bounty killer.
So now, it's right. Now, if you ever imagine, I wouldn't imagine that you would. Could you ever see you and Bounty fast forward a couple of decades, standing together on an online platform with people, 500,000 people viewing? Yeah.
Now, I did see that. I don't know if Bounty Killer did see it, but I did see it because then after you were with a person for over 20 years and you never knock a fist, you never chew a buckle, you never draw a knife,
Right.
That man.
Right.
That man is your best friend.
Right. 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 In an environment that's that hostile, that you guys are still professional diplomats.
Jamaicans.
And so one of the most memorable moments of that versus invented one of maybe the top 5 most popular sayings for 2020, right? That guy. You said, he said the officer came to the door. We're not entirely sure where Bounty went. We don't know. Bounty disappeared for a second. I'm not trying to put, I'm just saying Bounty disappeared for a minute.
Yeah.
And you didn't speak to the police cordially. And that was the question. So talk about this, that interaction.
All right. Listen to what I say. At a point like this where Jamaica have getting so much beaten, like the most violent place in the Caribbean, you know, all these things. And since Bolt resigned, we're not getting a more gold medal. At the time when dancehall I get our gold medal, this is the time when you want to come tell us, say, turn off the sound system. You don't want to be that guy. Like, seriously, like, think about it. The real watcher, I come tell me, say, what is going on here? This is versus, I mean by what's going on here. You don't want to be that guy. I don't think nobody will want to be that guy.
Right.
That's why I asked the question. Seriously, do you want to be that guy?
Right.
He said, no, I walk out. So, yeah, he could stay. Yeah, make sense. Because you know, see some people that beat police online, like for real.
Right.
Long time people not have no fun because the COVID-19 thing, everybody in them house. Now everybody sit up to watch them TV, turn on them system, and I watch this thing. And why are we, us Jamaican police, are going to come lock up over one? That doesn't make no sense.
Right. And historically, to this date, with all the other, you know, platinum selling, multi-million album selling artists, to this date, versus highest ratings came in the dancehall, came with, of course, Beenie and Bounty Killer. So if you don't mind, talk a little bit about that, because we know that there's a little discomfort right now that a lot of reggae artists and reggae fans are dealing with, because it would seem that as much success as Versus had with the dancehall edition of it, that they're not really paying it its due. And specifically, of course, we know that Swiss Beats had to alter a photograph because originally Billboard left out Beenie and Bounty out of the equation of the story they did on Versus, the phenomenon.
I have nothing to say about Aman magazine. It's their magazine. You see it? There's nothing I can say about your cover. It's your cover. You understand?
Right.
I don't fight people for their opinion. It's your opinion. You say this is what it done for our culture. It bring up about the old time R&B artists where them now still long time like Jill Scott and give thanks to Versus so they could have see back DMX and them thing. I understand where they're coming from because they matter about their culture and what the music do for them. Remember, Billboard is an American magazine.
Right.
See? But if you mention Versus, you gotta have to mention us.
Absolutely.
Because he is the one that bring the vibe to Versus. And then after every Versus, everybody get together in the same room because we're the one that start that. So people find that disrespectful in people's mind. But I cannot tell a man what to do. So I have to support the fans in any way them feel about that. If the fans feel disrespected, I have to support them because I cannot tell them, say, wait, do that, do that, do. But me as an artist, I cannot tell a man to do what he want to do in a magazine. So if he want to draw here to feel himself, that is set. See, I respect Swiss Beat them for come out and show them, say, this is where you go wrong. You shouldn't have been Timberland yourself. You should have been the man and Bounty Killer yourself.
Right.
So them come out for try to correct it, but the damage is already done.
Right. You see, no, for
so
sure.
the only Billboard now disrespect dancehall because them still have a chart for Jamaican music. You get what I say? So if them did undermine the music, them wouldn't have a chart or a platform set up for we that we can be nominated for Grammy Awards and all of these things. So we still can't say them a fight against the music. I can say the front page is wrong because everybody tell us it wrong. It wrong. If you quack like a duck, walk like a duck, you are a duck. That's how it go.
That's my quote, you are a duck. Because from a journalistic standpoint, if you're going to do a story on something that is having success, it would make sense, it would stand to reason.
For the people that will make it successful.
Right. And I think that's, yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward.
Very simple. You don't need a chalkboard to draw that. It's common sense. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to know that.
So it's your, talk about new music. So we were in the 80s, we're in the 90s, 2000s, and now right up till today. Talk about new music. You just dropped a new video. Well, look, mod.
A new video, yeah. Well, I have some new songs. I have a new song released with me and Dexter that it's called Obviously. We have that new video there when we drop. That's there called So Many Girls. Yeah, and I have a new one coming out. And Put Her in the Middle.
Put Her in the Middle.
That is an Dirty Cup label.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm proud of it. So yeah, the beat is out already. Taras Riley have a song on the beat called Fresh Prince of J.A. Yeah, him have the video too for it. So it's the same beat. So we have that coming out. But people, look out for the album. The album is called Simmer.
Simmer, the undisputed king of the dancehall, Moses Davis, aka Mr. Beenie Man. Thank you so much for your time, family. Blessings.
Money matters. Yeah. Let's do this.
Zaga.
Come on. Fantastic, gal bombastic. Every gal have to dance when me drop this. Me love how she move gymnastic. Love how she make things stretch like elastic. Me can see that she get enough practice. This gal a spin like earth per axis. She tick-tock, me say, yo, is I watch this. Put her in the middle and watch this. Yeah. Put her in the middle. Woo. Make she whine and jiggle. This girl can ball. Woo. This gal act like some sissy. Put her in the middle. Woo. Yeah. Make she whine and jiggle. Yeah, what a girl can bubble. Me bum. This girl act like some scissor. Hey, she back it up, mash up the place. Many girl run and all of them a lose the race. She leave me amazed with a little wire way. So me hawk see her dance and deal with her case. Bad man they a pum pum me no taste. Me tell you no girl can't sit down in a me face. Me love how she bubble to the drum and to the bass. So later me have to bring her from my base. Then me pour her in the middle. Woo. Make she whine and jiggle. Come on. This girl can ball. Woo. This girl act like some scissor. Put her in the middle. Woo. Yeah, make she whine and jiggle. Yeah, what a girl can bubble. This girl act like some scissor. Ha. She me a pre from me enter. Put her in the middle, she take the center. Lights turn on, motion sensor. Brace on it and tell me she love the length. Yeah, go for the body set a girl you coulda ever sent for. Them not bad so I stay see a for your mentor. She win so she get gold like denture. No me want go upon you like a adventure. Me want do a pour her in the middle. Woo. Make she whine and jiggle. This girl can ball. Woo. This girl act like some scissor. Pour her in the middle. Woo. Yeah, make she whine and jiggle. Yeah, what a girl can bubble. This girl act like some scissor.
Money matters.
Pour her in the middle. Woo. Make she whine and jiggle. This girl can ball. Woo. This girl act like some scissor. Pour her in the middle. Woo. Yeah, make she whine and jiggle. Yeah, what a girl can bubble. This girl act like some scissor.
Zaga 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 now. FEVA TV. This is Beenie Man representing for FEVA TV. Catch the fever.